And here he is now, the 33rd President of the United States, Charles Augustus Lindbergh.
Thank you. Tonight, we have taken back America.
The Plot Against America is based on a book of the same title by Philip Roth.
It was a dystopian American political fantasy about what happens to a family and what happens to a country when it's led astray by rank populism and the rhetoric of fear.
We cannot allow the natural passions and prejudices of other peoples.
Other people? What's the them? Our interests. We're Americans, you fascist son of a bitch! Listen to that crowd. He's feeding them raw meat.
This is an alternative history, but it's very relevant to the world today. What we're seeing right now is people just demonizing whole groups of people.
Did you read the Roper poll? 39% say Jews are like other people. 53% say we're different and should be, quote, restricted, unquote.
That much?
10% say we should be deported.
You sort of can't believe how prescient the book feels.
At the present time, there's a reason this story is being told.
If you read the book, the parallels between that imagined time and ours are pretty profound.
It's a pretty powerful illustration of what happens when the far right and notions of isolationism takes over.
The paranoia that is getting stirred up and the hatred and all the stuff about the other. It shows the human toll that it takes on families.
The fear of the other is as pronounced as it has been probably in 100 years.
Republicans in Congress say any refugees entering our country must be carefully vetted to avoid letting enemy agents and spies pass.
It's not about what if Nazis became the people in power in America. It's about what if people came to power in America who allowed Nazism and allowed fascism and allowed anti-Semitism to become part of the mainstream in this culture. What happens to ordinary people?
When you start to personalize it, you start to think of these things from the lens of individuals. It becomes different than when you think of these things as the lens of Republican and Democrat.
And the government telling companies where people of this race, that religion, where they can and can't work, you let them get away with that, what's next? That's how fascism works.
This series is looking at what happens when those kinds of small changes begin to wear on a family.
It's a story of constant struggle between diametrically opposed elements. And if we forget that we have to fight for the America we want, then we won't have it.
Don't do this.
What are you saying, Bess? I can't stand up for what I believe? You want me to run and hide, Bess?
We're talking about Washington. It all seems like, it's not my business anymore. But if it keeps going incrementally, then the road to fascism will open up, and that quick, we'll be in a position where we can't do anything. So it's saying, pay attention, wake up, do something.
What are you looking at? Hey, you did.
Herman, please drive.
Goddamn fascist bastards.
When I got the opportunity to help create this world, I wanted to make us stop and rethink and recalibrate ourselves and our world.
What just happened?
We all can make a difference. If this can go just a small way to reminding people that life, everybody's life is precious, it would be a good thing.
It's a parlor drama told from the point of view of this family, but at the same time, their reach into matters political and social, addressing fundamental themes like assimilation in America by immigrant groups, anti-Semitism, racism, a sense of America's place in the world. Those things are all addressed rather brilliantly in Roth's novel, and I hope the miniseries does the same thing.